Hi, I'm Kate with your Kate Brand Strategy, and I'm excited to talk to you today about pages. I know it sounds silly, but the about page is actually one of the very most important pages on your website. Did you know that when people land on a website, they are most likely to click to the about page first? 52% of people that land on a website go to the about page first because they want to know who they're working with. Oftentimes, though, we put in a bio, maybe a little bit about why we started our business or the brand story, but we're really missing the opportunity to connect with potential clients and build a raving fan base. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 tips you can use to make your About page stand out and connect with those dream clients so you do have a raving fan base. Let's get into it. We're going to use my About page as an example. Here we go. All right, let's get into our 3 tips. Number 1, the headline. On the left-hand side of the page, on our don't do this example, I've got, I'm Kate, your new biz bestie. Does that really attract your attention and draw you in? Make you want to read more? Probably not. On the right-hand side, I've got, you're really good at what you do. It's time your dream client knew it. That creates intrigue and brings people in to want to know how they can make their dream client know what they're really good at. In the example on the right, I've also got a call to action right away with this, yes, please grab the free guide. And it also gives people a little bit more about what this page is about. Tip number 2 is to take the word I and me out of the first couple of sections of your about page. This page is about you, but it's more about how you help the people that you're working with. We want them to feel seen and understood and feel like we know exactly what's going on with them right now. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see a really basic about page where I'm talking about myself. I have experience. I love helping. I went to college. I love, and like personal details. Let's skip that. We can maybe use some of that later on our page, but the first thing we want to do is let our clients know that they're in the right place and we understand them. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see the word you a lot. You've been mastering your craft for a while now. Your service has become an art form and no one does it quite like you. But as far as your audience is concerned, your Monets are no different than finger paintings, and that's if they even know you exist. So there we're letting people know that we understand how they're feeling right now. And then we're going to start talking about the desires that they have. So with a clear brand strategy, you can finally start working with people who truly get it and make money doing it. Be proud of how you show up online and off and feel excited to share. Have your messaging down so it's easy to sell your services without feeling salesy. So you can see kind of the contrast between these 2 pages. The left is all about me and the right is all about them and how they feel now and how they want to feel. The next tip that I want to give you here is, yes, you can tell your story, but we're going to do it in a way that is related to the client and how you're helping them. On the left, I'm talking about the fluffy stuff. I have experience running a small business. I love helping business owners find what lights them up and making that marketable. I went to college where I earned my merchandising degree. I love iced coffees and spending the summer at the waters with my kids. Now, we've talked about how we do want to have that likability and that knowability, like make them feel like they know us, but we've got to build that trust so that they even care about these things. So on the right-hand side, I started my photography business as my first baby turned 1. That's a place that many of them can relate to me. I loved being a stay-at-home mom, but also having a creative outlet. While I fell in love with photography, I discovered that I was even more passionate about the business side of things. After all, I had spent my childhood on the corner selling homemade perfume and even going door to door trying to sell a gerbil. Yes, really, why did my mom let me do that? Here's another little tip. I'm throwing in some story here. By using these really precise details, it helps people paint a picture in their brain, see who I am, and find ways to relate with me. I'm sure a lot of the entrepreneurs that I work with have kind of similar stories where they've been the lemonade stand kid or, shoveled driveways or whatever. I think that entrepreneurship is something where it's kind of in your bones, and that's what I wanted to show here in this paragraph. Then I'm going to go into the why of what I do. I'm talking about realizing that business isn't one size fits all, and talking about how I'm passionate about helping small business owners build a brand that fits their dream lifestyle, and talking then about what I offer. I also jump into other places they can find me and put another call to action. On the left-hand side of the page, you can see that there is no call to action. Somebody lands on this page, they don't know where to go next. They're going to go to something in your menu if they're still interested, but you haven't given them a place to go next. Or they're going to click to my Instagram, which we don't really want them to do that. We want them to stay on our website and get through the information we want them through. I do put in the fun facts with my little get to know me section, but again, the focus on my story is more about how and why I do what I do and how I help the people that are reading the page. I hope those 3 tips have been super helpful for you. Let's recap them real quick. 1 was to write a better headline, something that draws in your client and lets them know that they're in the right place and builds a little intrigue so they read more. Number 2 was to keep the I and me out of the first couple of sections of your about page. We're not talking about ourselves, we're talking about them and how we can help them, making them understand that we understand them. And then number 3 was to tell your story, but make it matter. So put a spin on the information that you're giving them. Make sure that you're tailoring it to the audience that you're speaking to. And again, sharing that kind of why of your business and how you do things differently. If you haven't already grabbed it, my free About Page framework and Show It template are linked in the description below. This will really help you knock your About Page out of the park. I want you to have an About Page that brings you in inquiries that are beyond the what's your price. I want people working with you that really understand you and love you and are happy to pay you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below.